stay. I'm blue without your face. But what can I do? 'Cause I'm just a sinking ship, and you're just a pair of lips that I've lost in the moment. All I want is for you to come back. Now I'm caught in the middle of life, and I need it to survive. Whoa, I need it to survive. 'Cause without you by my side, I can't survive.
I found a picture we took many years ago, when I said to you we would never grow old. Messages I've saved that I never sent, 'cause I don't know you, but I used to back then. I remember that I was drunk out my mind when we kissed for the first time. In the back of your car we passed out counting stars. Promised all these years we'd pack our things and disappear. I never thought I would see you here after all this time.
Count yourself away out of this small town. Got a place at school you didn't hang around. Every day you're far away, these streets don't feel the same. Everywhere is painted with your name. I remember that I was drunk out my mind when we kissed for the first time. In the back of your car we passed out counting stars. Promised all these years we'd pack our things and disappear. I never thought I would see you here after all this time. I remember that I was drunk out my mind when we kissed for the first time. In the back of your car we passed out counting stars. Promised all these years we'd pack our things and disappear. I never thought I would see you here.
Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining me for afternoon tea. Today is September 13th, 2024, 11:34 a.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour, my teacup. Good to see you all. Thank you so much for joining me early. Really do appreciate it. Tasha says, crazy night last night. I can't believe that people can't just stick to the facts of the case. Isn't that the truth, Tasha? Isn't that the truth? Um, it's a lot of craziness. There's a lot of slinging mud at each other. It's really Other than the Summer Wells I mean, Summer Wells case was really terrible too. Um, it was crazy as in the condition of the homes, of Summers and the kids' home. It was crazy as in the parents would just get on, drunk and say very disturbing things. There was a lot of back and forth with creators as well. You know, I've I've never been the one to, sparse back and forth with creators. Um, it just doesn't work. You know what I mean? Chit Chat family feeling a bit down because Sebastian is still not found, and I can't understand why POs are being placed on those who want to help find him. Chit Chat, I know. And let me tell you something. Katie's alleged relative who wrote that, she hit the nail on the head. It is amazing to me how they're writing these POs on creators who may disagree with some of the parents, but the goal is still to find Sebastian, right? And keep his name out. Like Mrs. Foote said, she's afraid that he will go to the bottom of a feed and be forgotten. She said that in the very, very beginning. And they also said in the very beginning that they didn't care uh, if people disagreed with them, that they loved us unconditionally anyway, right? So there's that as well. But, actions always speak louder than words, don't they? And so we'll just have to wait and see. I think when it comes to Betty, I really think that they will not have enough to keep the PO on her. I think she might get, if they drop the PO, then I would probably say that her not showing up wouldn't matter either to that, but we'll just have to see. You know what I mean? Debbie, I mean, there's, Nick the Hat, I think that's who he is. He didn't say that there was a PO against him necessarily. He just said he couldn't speak currently. Now, I know people has looked for a PO and they haven't been able to find one. So I don't know like what that's about. Um, but there's another guy kind of speaking for him right now. Um, it is creating controversy because they are, ironically, um, they say very similar things to what a lot of the other creators say that support the feet. But they support Seth, right? Channels have called his parole officer, and his attorney has told him not to speak. Well, we'll see how long that lasts. Hey, Quinny, they have added the 2 detectives to the PO. They had added the if you look it up, how can they do that? Did you find it, Trooper's mom? Boy, it's yeah, Jacqueline, I believe are you talking about did I read that yesterday? Is that what it is? Is that what you're talking about? Um, oh wow. Can you send it to me, Troopers? What are you confused about, Quinny? See, I'm not confused. Um, I'm confused why a mother would not appreciate regardless of keeping Sebastian's name out. Thank you, my dear. Yeah, I think Troopers is going to send it to me. And Elisa, that is yes. Yes, the lab did a live on that last night. I got to watch some of it this morning when I was going into work for a little bit. Got to watch some of that and so for me that's why it's a double-edged sword. New attorney involved for whom? Seth? I think they're speaking about Dog's attorney, Quinny. Oh, a creator oh, really, Tiffany? Also, Dolly called his parole officer. Dolly. See, the calling on each other stuff, I don't, I don't understand why people do that. Whether you agree with someone or not, that's kind of going real life. And Dolly said why he called, which was what? PJ said that's not true. Dolly didn't call his PO. It's bad stuff. I don't get it. Everyone's end goal is to find Sebastian, and I don't get why creators are being awful. Um, I don't know why every creator just can't have their own opinion and their subscribers have their own opinion and just move on. PJ said Dolly wanted to call but didn't. Dolly said he called last night on his live, Elisa says. I don't know, but I don't believe in doing Dolly did say he called the PO. Creators are trying to get Seth fired too. I don't think that's going to happen. Seth's people really like him there, and I think he's supposed to go to work pretty soon, actually, from what I understand. Really, Tiffany. Um, this is all getting so crazy. It is. It is. I mean, yeah, Lisa, I agree. I agree. I just don't believe in going real life on anybody. It just that's too far. It's just too far, in my opinion. Yes, I was in her live when she said she did. Wow. Can you give us a gist of why Josh doesn't like Nick? Josh believes he's a fraud. And they're he does have a past, right? And so I understand people's reservations, right? Because this could end up possibly being, I don't think dog would make it worse or anything, but I think, I don't know. I just don't know. Mona, that's what they said. That's what they said. SL, thank you. Cups, really do appreciate that. If you received one of those, thank you. Thank our beloved SL. Appreciate you. Uh, I have my opinion on Nick, but I'll be nice. No, Canadian. I mean, you're welcome. You're welcome to say it. I have people here that love him, and I have people here that absolutely don't. And I am not willing to say anything at this point because I do believe people change. Um, but I also know that many times they fall back to their old ways. Okay, Trooper's mom. All right, honey. Thank you. Did you see the post from KP's? Oh, yeah, Kelly. We read it last night. We read it last night. And she did an amazing job on that. I think Nick is kind of dramatic and doesn't know the facts on the case very well. Well, he's very new. He's very new. One second, I'm trying to fix my camera. And I was kind of disappointed when he first came in, when he was saying he was talking about other creators. And we've been on this case since nearly day one. I didn't appreciate that personally, but I do appreciate the attention it is getting. I do appreciate that, but I'm also just I'm extremely neutral on this right now, like extremely neutral. And I can understand, honest to God, both sides. Elisa, I looked at that, and to me, I looked at that, and to me, it looked and it read as, in my opinion, as fake. I noticed that. I noticed that. And for any reward, I don't know about the reward, but I'm talking about the one that was yesterday. To me, it looked, and the wording seemed a little unlawyer-ish. Yes. Yeah. And so, you know, that would be my concern. Like, if it is proven not to be real, that will be a disappointment. And then I would question. Now, I do know that Dog the Bounty Hunter is retweets his stuff. I don't know if they've ever worked together. He said that they've worked together in the past. Again, I don't know. Um, I think the guy that was on there last night, the Asian dude, I think he was funny as hell, to be honest with you. I thought he was really funny. Um, he has no ties to Dog at all. I don't know, Lisa. The only thing that I know is that dog does retweet his stuff. That is true. So I feel like there's got to be something there if dog retweets his stuff. Karen, thank you for joining the teacups. Really appreciate you, my dear. He may not work with dog, but I do believe there has to be some connection there for dog to retweet a lot of the stuff about Sebastian. But it's probably not dog retweeting it. It's probably a staff member of his, really, to be quite honest with you. Where can we see dog? I have seen nothing of him. On X a lot. Yeah. Twitter, formerly Twitter, Connie. I think Hong Kong works for dog, not but for. That could be. That could be. I'm sure dog, with dog's job, he needs a lot of people doing a lot of legwork, right? Going places, seeing things, tracking things, filing things. So, but I think Hong is freaking hilarious. Um, there's been a lot of, you know, since the FBI has came in and dog and all of this, it seems like people have some people been uncomfortable, right? Hung was hysterical that he can ship himself in a container to China faster. Yeah. I like self-deprecating humor. You guys know I make fun of myself all the time. So I appreciate it when people point out the obvious on themselves. um I agree nobody. I don't think that was cool. Um I think you know I don't think that's cool. Regardless, let things work out the way that whatever they're supposed to. But, you start getting involved in stuff like that, and there is always, you never know what the other person can do back to him. That creates friction, right? Yeah, dog's 70 years old now. Yeah, Canadian Cookie. I don't think that they know this case like a lot yet. They're very new on this. Yeah, Kelly. Terry Lynn's fine. She's okay. She's okay. Hello, Maria. You think he purposely gets stuff wrong to stir it up? Um, a lot of people say that too. A lot of people's like, I've followed uh Nick for a long time. This isn't his first rodeo. Um, and this is the thing. I'm going to give anyone a chance, right? And see how it goes from there. Hey, Jude. You're fine, nobody. Hey, enjoy life. I gotta give it to you for hanging in there. On this case, it's a never-ending saga. You know something? There have been times. I'm not surprised, Connie. There have been times that I was gonna quit on this case a few times, and I swear, like, the last time I was going to quit on this case, it was the last time Seth I think it was the last time he was on court TV, and he said, "As long as I've got me and I've got Sebastian's army, we're gonna get through this," or something to that effect. And I thought, "Damn, damn, why did he say that?" And he was just really emotional about it, and, I couldn't give up then. I could not give up then because, I mean, there it's I'm doing, um the, Asia degree case right now as well. I'm starting to pick that up, but, I want to do other cases too, but it's just time. It takes a lot to prepare a live, like my true crime lives. It didn't take anything to prepare this, but my true crime lives, like, I really want people to think. Uh, I don't just want to, like, feed you guys stuff. I want you guys to think about it deeper. Um, a lot of creators just say something and they want you to believe it. I just want you guys to think, um, about it deeper. They want us all scared and backing off. I will not be threatened or intimidated. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Lacey. Nope, I can't. I wish I could. I wished I could though. Um, just because you cover other cases doesn't mean you give up on Sebastian. I know, but like the problem is, Max Chica, is there is so many people out here that is spreading lies, just lies, or making it uh asking questions, but believe people take those things as facts, right? Like, were you gone for 3 hours the night Sebastian was missing? And people take that when the creator's just asking a question, but there's also um it's called accusatory questioning is what it's called. And so I mean, somebody's got to be neutral in, at least in some ways, or at least, you know, I cannot believe that a father who everyone knows this man was at work, creators that have always said you don't attack any parents, meaning, innocent until proven guilty. Like, don't go attack them, don't talk bad about them, even if you think they did something. That's what made you a tragedy pimp, as part of it. And, don't get close with them. That's all out the window in this case. That's literally out the window in this case. Thank you, Tasha. Because there's a lot of those creators that now just attack, attack, attack. I mean, I can't, I just cannot for the life of me, knowing that a person didn't do anything to their child and was at work, may have some flaws like we all do, may have made some, bad decisions in the last 6, 7 months that his child's been missing, but has nothing to do with a case, can be so hated. I've just never seen anything like it. And you wonder why, out of all the cases I've seen, why is this one like this? Why is this one like this? Is it someone whispering into, a creator or two's ear, or influencing the creator when they talk behind the scenes? I don't know. But it's not if you like them. It's not if you like Seth or you like Chris or Katie. It's about he's the only one doing anything. That's it. He's the only one doing anything. Yeah. Me too, Lacey. Me too. Um I don't know. I'm not gonna, I'll just say the letter did to me look a little suspicious, but I'm not going to say anyone is a liar because I haven't confirmed that. And no, Seth didn't hurt Nick. No, not at all. You're right. You're right, reality. They are. Um, when your back is against the wall, what do? You're probably going to come off as aggressive. Yes. Um, at times, yes. And you know, you it's possible, right? I mean, I get it. These are the worst times, whether you are innocent or guilty. They're the worst times of your life that these people are dealing with. Yay! I can't wait to sing to you. But it's uh, trying to, right, right, exactly, Jennifer, exactly. Um, I did speak with someone this morning. It's very interesting what I learned this morning. Talking to them about Sebastian's case, the wording. Um, I'll go into that this evening, so make sure you join me this evening whenever I'm live over there. I want to tell you all that. Um, I think Nick is different. Do I trust him? No. Mr. E did a very good live about his background, so I think He is there to cause the pressure with tactics he is using. Uh, I do believe there can be a method to his madness, right? I do believe they know how to get publicity, right? I mean, there are the more outrageous you are, the more loud you are, the more publicity you'll drum up. Because whether people like you or they don't, they watch you. And anyone watching you is a good thing when it comes to, you need more people to see it. Um, because your mouth is open the whole time. You're like, like, so I think, hey Mandy, uh yes, more, yeah. Hey Dina, Oshi, Kathleen, Marilyn. I don't understand everyone's worry with Nick being a scammer. What can he scam from searching for a kid? Marilyn, I mean, I'm not worried about that personally. I I don't think it's necessarily that. Mr. E. Crime said he was impressed with the credential Nick does have. Nick has done personal investigations for some very affluent people. His retainer fee is $500,000. Are you sure? That's a lot of money. Um, I don't like to watch. I don't like the watching, but replay when you don't know what the conversation is about. Is very, but I will. We are talking about. What are we talking about? Nick the Hat. Uh, some people are very supportive of him. Some people are not so much. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things on a website, so I don't really know about that. Need someone to do a documentary on national news. Um, I wish like Dateline or 48 Hours would pick it up. Um, I mean, if your retainer fee is $500,000, you're only serving the 1% of the 1%, meaning your clientele is extraordinarily small, right? Thank you, Connie. Hey, Donna. Hey, Justice for you. Or 2020. Yeah, I'm positive Mr. E did his last show regarding his research on Nick. I love Mr. and Mrs. E. They're wonderful people. I wish Dr. Phil or Judge Judy would lay into Chris and Katie. I wish it was the FBI. Someone said 500,000 bogey. 500,000. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You'd need one client a year. That's it. Um I want to watch last night. Here, we'll watch some of Mr. E's last night. Hold on. Mr. E's Crime Cast. Make sure y'all sub to Mr. and Mrs. E. They're wonderful, wonderful souls. Hold on, it's 3 hours long. We're gonna have to. I can't be here that long, I'll tell you that. Have to find like where they're talking about.
So gifted. I'm a crime dog now.
Idea of what they are. So I
Here it is.
take my word for it. I want you to be able to kind of go see where this all came from, because it's not coming from like one place. we had to I had to piece this all together from everywhere from like Daily Mail, Daily Beast, Instagram, um,
I don't know,
their
but
own website.
I'm just saying, if you're paying $500,000, you better be successful at finding, right? You better be. I just can't wait for Sebastian is found. I can't either. I can't either, Misty, because did you find out if CP and KP turned? So, Dana, you cannot turn down the marshals. That's not an option. This is a big, 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 big misconception, rumor that has been going all over social media the last few days. The marshals is not a voluntary service. Hong said they're helping Seth for free, his words. Yeah, I'm not, Spirit Seeker. I'm not saying, and thank you for clearing that. I'm not saying, Seth, I mean, Seth doesn't have money. You know what I mean? I mean, poor guy was homeless just a few years ago in California, right? They do have a task force for finding children. All the agencies does, even the CIA. But it's not a voluntary service. They either do it or they don't. But the marshals, there is nobody that can find. Hey Faye, good to see you. Justice for you, Mr. and Mrs. E are great. Yes, they are. 1 second, I was looking for something. I would want Nick the Hat publicly for my missing child and would send him. I wouldn't. Sorry, I apologize. Yeah, I mean, people have strong feelings. I think of a lot of it for a lot of people is the alleged past or the past that he's
It's
Right.
you know, all kinds of media. It's really it's all scattered, but
Exactly.
had to do it this way to try to get a picture of what was really going on. So anyway, this is kind of their main hub right now with this group, and where they kind of have been making some of their announcements and all of this. So if you want to kind of go through this website, it'll give you an idea of what they are. So without reading it all, I just want to kind of give you what they are presenting, in my opinion, as a service. So what they are trying to be is a kind of a combination of
Callie G, I wish I knew how to get the marshals, because I have wanted that on the Summer Wells case for years. I would love for the marshals to have, been on Summer's case, right? So yeah. Hold on, what was it? Okay, sorry. I was reading something wrong.
public relations and like a private investigating firm, like a service that you can hire. They are trying to cater to the elites, the upper class. So these would be the kind of people you would want in crisis management situations. If you're a politician or celebrity and you're needing investigative work and you've got the big money to get it done right, that's what they're presenting. Like that's what their website is trying to show. And
They probably, I don't know if they've asked for their services. They only, any other type of law enforcement only come in unless they're invited.
So Lisa B asked, "Is the retainer for at night really $500,000?"
Actually, it shows on here. I'll roll up to that so you guys can see it.
that is what it says.
Talks about their clientele up here, and when you get down to the very bottom,
It's kind of hard to read.
I know I'm gonna probably take us off the screen and make it where everybody can see the whole thing.
Well, the thing
It's
is,
right here,
it does. It says it is.
right there.
Okay, yeah.
There,
So
that looks good.
yeah, and to take it, it's all very salesy, all the kind of things you would expect from like a big PR firm that's trying to reach that type of clientele, and this type of business does exist.
Are you serious? I was just in a chat and a person literally said CP and KP are the only ones doing things right. What? How can people be so ignorant? I don't get it. Like, are they just rooting for the underdogs so they um where? Where well, I mean, what are they doing? I mean, other than going to court for someone, tacking up flyers of their child, um they are I'll tell you what they are doing. They are You don't see them doing any interviews with any news, giving any comments rarely, or it takes days. You see them, kicking news off of their lawn even from the beginning. So that's the only thing I see them doing. Uh, don't know how anybody can see it otherwise. Gee, Janine, thank you so very much, my dear. Welcome to the tea party. Really do appreciate ya. Cheers, my dear. Thank you so much for your support. Can't do it without you. Welcome.
We've kind of known a couple of people that have tried to create businesses that target that top 1%, like they're going for that elite kind of clientele.
I
So
would say
but still, to me, this was
Pickle Me Elmo stopped by for some afternoon tea with the ladies. Thank you, my darling. Appreciate you. Thank you for 1 month of membership. Then we would interview the prophets on Court TV. They don't have to go on that. And nobody, that is exactly what I mean. When I say they're not doing interviews, I don't care if they ever come on any social media ever again. Don't care. But I'm talking about just, Court TV, Fox News, right? Any something, right? Being proactive, uh, doing weekend searches on their days off, like so many people with lost loved ones. They'll uh, A group will get together on the weekends and search, or they'll get together every other weekend and search, right? So something like that. Um, understand that they have to live and they have to work. And by the way, in my opinion, I'm not sure if Chris is working right now. Just saying. Not sure if he is. Tori, my sweetie, thank you for gifting a teacup. Thank you, my love. If you received that teacup, tell our girl Tori thank you and cheers. Really do appreciate you. Oh, there we go, my dear. Oh, dear, why has basically kept quiet about Sebastian's case? Because I'm not sure that there's anything. I think she knows. Well, I mean, privately, I think we know what Nancy leans, right?
It's a website. I
In
don't know
my
how
opinion.
authentic this is. And this is the first introduction I'd had to them, but let's just see what it says. It says, let's see, to take control of your situation with the
This is about
precision
Nick
and
the
power of at
Hat.
night,
They did
contact us via
research on their
email.
website.
And then the minimum retainer to provide services is $500,000. So that you're looking some some extremely wealthy type of clientele is who you're trying to reach. Maybe there's some negotiation in that depending on what you're doing, but that's at least their asking price. So obviously they would have discretion to take.
And what a great community that was. That's Hatter's Madness. Let me tell you something. That police precinct is and has been amazing. That community is amazing. They have never stopped looking.
Lower than that. But so anyway, we're looking through here, and the question I'm having is this just a website, or is this an actual business? Is it just putting up an appearance? Because people do things like that where they just throw up a website, make them sound more
Nobody, you're always welcome here, my
grand and
friend.
bigger
We
and successful
appreciate
than
you.
they are in reality. And I knew nothing of these people. So to me, I just decided we need to go into research mode. And the way they seem to be structured is there's really like three. They're a conglomerate sort of three things. One is this One World Media Group. One is At Night, which is what Nick the Hat's affiliated with, and then the other is a silent partner. And so the two of those were pretty simple to research, actually. Silent partner, it could be at any individual or a group. So there's no way to know anything about them. I would imagine they are basically the money behind whoever is powering this. So you kind of have to go, okay, well, maybe, maybe not. Don't know what that means. Then you get to the One World Media.
Thank you so much, War, my sweet friend. A pot of tea for you to spill. Thank you, darling. Love you. Mean it so much. U.S. Marshal Denny. There we go. No notification. Get with it, YouTube. Get with it.
Media Group. And this man, his name, the CEO of that is Andrew V. Wyatt. And he was actually fairly simple to research. He is a real person. He
$500,000. I thought my fee of $20 was a lot.
is a PR guy. And his career, he started in television. In 2007, he was at a
Tell him,
college
Lolo.
and he ran into Bill Cosby,
Tropicana.
comedian
Good to
Bill
see you,
Cosby.
honey.
And I guess they hit it off. And from that point on, he has been Bill Cosby's public relations guy. And he's had, yeah, so from that day on. And so I've thought about this a few times because this is 2007 when this all started. At first, that probably seemed like a pretty cushy gig, and then the Me Too movement happens. And then he's all of a sudden a crisis management kind of public relations guy who had all kinds of stuff to navigate, right?
Mhm.
It's all verifiable. I went to his Instagram, which is kind of where he seems to do the most of his own posting about himself. And, he's got all the pictures of him with Cosby and articles, and he's been on various cable networks, and looks like he does some work doing public relations with charity events and things like that. But his primary career has been working for Cosby and continues to do so. And I think he's like writing a book about it and different things. So he's pretty straightforward. Pretty much what you see is what you get, in my opinion, on that, and not really a lot more worth a deep dive unless you're just kind of curious what it would be like to be the public relations guy for Bill Cosby. Is kind of one of those. I'm sure that was a pretty tough job for PR. Anyway, then
Nick reminds me of WWE with the tape and the tag team with Hawk. I can see that, Harry. I can see that. Nick reminds me of like someone off kind of like Jersey Shore. And I don't know. What's the other guy's name? Hong, he reminds me of someone. I don't know. I think of Little Rascals when I see him. I don't know why. He just remind me of Little Rascals. I don't know. I think he's hilarious, though. I think the Hong guy is hilarious. I like
You
self-deprecating
get to the
people,
third
though.
part, and this is where it gets really complicated. And that's this whole at night, Nick the Hat, and all of this. So, at night has been around for a while, but it looks like it's gone through some transformations at different times.
I don't
It,
know.
it
I
appears
don't just
going
think of
looking
Little
at their
Rascal.
Facebook
I
that
don't
they
know
kind
why.
of started out more like nightclub promotion, like DJs,
He's very
pictures
funny.
at hot nightclubs in like Fort Lauderdale and Miami and places like that. And it's kind of one of those DJ promotion, nightclub promotion.
No, I am Spanky. Pickle me, Elmo. I'm Spanky. Someone calls me Spanky. I would never name her
Ladies'
though.
night on Wednesday and that kind of stuff. And then they sort of morph over time,
I
and
guess she still calls me that. I don't know. She
they
used to.
still do that on one website, but it looks like they started to kind of get more into news and things of that nature, and have kind of adapted until they eventually become more into this true crime, public, private investigative type of thing. So it's always been sort of journalism related in some form or fashion, but their focus has seemed to have shifted. I'm not sure exactly when Nick the Hat got involved with that night as a media company. He might have been there right from the very beginning. He's one of these guys that he's got his
My
hands in a lot of
son
different
goes by
pots.
Spanky. Really?
Sometimes he's a CEO, sometimes he's a freelance writer, sometimes he's a producer, sometimes he's a talent agent. He's worn a lot of different hats, and I was not anticipating that little pun,
Right.
but he does it throughout his career. So, where this becomes important to me is because at night and Nick the Hat are basically the same thing. Whatever we think of that organization, and Nick the Hat is, he may not be running it anymore. He might technically be an employee of at
Yeah.
night, but
I don't.
he's certainly the one that got it going, founded it, and
Yeah,
all
I
of
don't
that, right?
know if he's the one that does
And
it.
this is my understanding of it. So, here's Nick's history, and the reason I want to go, I'm not doing a character assassination or anything like that. That's not the goal here. Normally, I wouldn't go into somebody and just try to pick them apart for getting involved in the search. What I'm interested in is what he, because we all know the criminal aspect. I think most of us have heard that in 2019. What I'm really kind of curious about is he who he says he is? What is he going to bring something positive to the table? Is this something we should have at
Yeah.
arm's length, and be questioning? And so, fortunately, the way the internet is,
Cletus
we
from the Nutty
can research a
Professor.
lot. I mean, because everything's out there, and you can
Cletus is you're walking over, but you're limping back. You're walking over, but you're limping back. That was such a good movie. What do you mean, Holly? Hate channels seem quiet so far. For Nick and them? Ote buckwheat. I hope so, Carol. If KP and CP and KP are out of town, then is KP even working? I don't think CP is working, in my opinion. Or, well, I'll say this. He might be working, but I don't think he is doing the same thing that he used to do. If you get my drift. Yeah, Eddie Murphy's version. There was bad weather in Louisiana. Yeah, the hurricane, I think it's over us right now, actually. SL. Yeah, I think he might have maybe demoted. What did I miss? And why would Justin consider stopping? Oh, Jenna, no. It was just we were talking earlier. I was saying there's been times where I've felt like stopping this case because of just it's so toxic, but I don't because somebody needs to be there for the other side. Virginia AMC. He ate all the snacks. You mean Mr. Foot did? When he called Sebastian a bottom endless pit. And Sebastian was skinny as a rail. Can't say that about Sebastian, but I would say he looks like a bottomless pit. Thank you, Jenna. Thank you so much. I mean, he actually looks like the south end of a northbound horse, if you ask me. But that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Definitely looks like a south end of a northbound horse. Mm-hmm. I'm glad to hear Katie. What was it? Some of the hate channels are seething, especially over Hong. Some don't see to see he's just chafing up some of his comments, in my opinion. Well, he says he doesn't care. He says he, well, that's the nicest way I can put something. You know what I mean? I try to be a little clever, right? When I don't want to just write out, say it. So I try to be a little classy with it, right? He looks like the south end of a northbound horse. That's all I got to say. Terry F, thank you, my love. Welcome to the teacups, my dear. Really appreciate you so very much. I don't know. It's crazy. I've got all kinds of them, Dina. All kinds of them. You have no idea. Gulf Middle School in Pasco County, Florida. Police present looking for a. Oh God, I hope not. Thank you, Callie. Thank you. I wonder how CP will feel when all his stuff is taken from him, including freedom, especially from horrendous treatment of children, in my opinion. Linda, if that comes out to be true, I wonder, does anyone remember what Katie said? There was a camera in the kitchen because Sebastian would get up and eat snacks at night. So, justice for you. I will say that there was allegedly cameras in the home. It is also something the feet will not speak about. However, I have spoke to someone who reports to me that there was allegedly cameras in the home, allegedly also in the kitchen, and it was also They were also connected to the phones. So whenever someone would get up in the middle of the night, they could not only see the camera, they could hear, and they could speak from their phone and yell. It has like a speaker built in it and a microphone, just like your Ring doorbell. And they would yell. Yep, exactly. Well, there was allegedly a bunch of rappers behind Sebastian's bed when they pulled the mattress out. We're at Crazy Ape. I want to know if Sebastian took the trash out that night. Why couldn't the dogs hit on that? So, Gigi, that is actually a misconception. There was a scent inside the home, in the backyard, and in the driveway. A lot of people think when we say they found no scent, that means they found no scent leading to anywhere. That was so they picked the most recent scent. That scent could have been hours old, it could have been a few days old, depending on the weather and all of that. So, and to me, I was thinking, if we've got his scent inside, which all of our scents, um, we all have no leading scent to anywhere. But we've got his scent inside. We've also got it in the driveway in the backyard as well. If he's got a scent there, he should have a scent anywhere, right? And if he walked off, he didn't walk off. But if he walked off, there should have been a scent. Don't all kids do that? What's that, Hatters? Yeah. The dogs didn't get any track. My kids clear out about $500 worth of groceries a week. Yeah. Yep, Spirit Seeker. I went the other day. I got 4 gallons of organic milk and 4 bags of groceries, and it was $198. I do see more ignorance. In my opinion, all the legal stuff is going to go bigger than we think. You think, Sunshiner? Yeah. Yeah, I think, um, in my opinion, not only Mr. Foot put his foot in his mouth whenever he said that he was in fear of his life and his family's life and the kids' safety and all that with Betty, and then turns around and says for his daughter that there is no harm in harm's way of any sort, right? Uh, so I don't think that's going to go good for him. Organic milk is far superior. Far superior. There's some things I don't mind buying generic. There's a few things that I will only buy organic. 1 is milk, 2 is eggs, strawberries, and blueberries are all must organic. Must. Because they have so, you know, and organic milk last like it'll last over a month. Uh it lasts way, so if you don't use milk a lot, um buy organic. You're going to pay about probably double, but it lasts longer and it's so much better. Like it's so much better. Justin, do you think the PGF's worried at all now? Yes, I do. Yes, Michelle, I do. And FBI and Bounty Dog being involved, or does VP really know, as stated to Seth, he will never be found? Um, you know, never say never. Never say never, right? I don't think KP got any snacks for Sebastian. I think she got them for CP and Sebastian. Um, that's another thing, Elisa. Um, that person who told me about the alleged cameras, they also, which I told this before as well, that they said that allegedly Katie was the one who had to buy Sebastian the extra snacks and stuff with her money, allegedly. Lisa, you will be glad. Next time you go to the store, go look when you go to the milk cooler, go look at the regular milk and look at the date. And then go look at the organic. The organic will at least be usually at least a month uh before it expires. After seeing her in court, she was so unbothered, wasn't she? So unbothered. Um, yes. Uh, one of my boys loves that milk. The lactose free milk or whatever. We go through a gallon of milk every 2 to 3 days. My family loves milk. We go through a lot of milk. Yes. I think they maybe process it differently or whatever, and it's just better milk. They don't, you know, a lot of the just regular milk, it's especially like 2%, it's just a lot of water and it is superior. It is totally superior, especially if you like whole milk. It is superior by far from the worst treated cows in the world. Milk should Organic milk should read milk from the worst treated cows in the world. Just saying. What do you mean, Karma's mom? Why would he be mad at Sebastian for eating snacks if CP didn't pay for them? Control, in my opinion. Oh, that's nice, Dana. That's nice. I have a feeling money and CP not wanting to pay for the household with Sebastian there has a lot to do with it. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Let me see here. I spoke bear with me. I spoke to someone who is a friend of Mr. Foot. And so I'm going to kind of talk about a little bit about that this evening. I will never use a name. So if that person is watching, relax. I won't say where you're from. I won't say where they're from, anything like that. Um, so we're going to talk about that this evening as well. No gluten or GMO in my household either. That's good. That's good. Grandson goes to the farmer's market in P to buy fresh. That's awesome. That's the best kind of milk. Is it pasteurized? If not, I can't imagine the fat on that. Hello, Mona. Did that person email me yet? Let me see. Troopers. Oh, thank you, Troopers Mom. Troopers Mom, what is this that you sent me? Oh, what's the name I'm looking for? Is it Nick on there? Is that what I'm looking for? Found this. Hold on one second. Dude flipped car and ran from. Oh, wow. I'm trying to find Trooper's Mom. Is it under Nick? You can smell what when you cook it? Joy Jones, my little duckling. Is that your duck's name, Joy Jones? Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Karen. Never, I would never tell my sources. You are only as good as your word, right? And this person had contacted me a couple days ago and I didn't see it. And finally I got back in touch with them and I had to do a little bit of verification before I believe them. But yep. They make beef pink in grocery stores. Oh, you're talking about the pink slime? Is that what it's called? That's kind of in burgers. Flipping a car and running. Yes. The stuff that's in our food now is insanity. It's insanity. And everything we touch now is plastic. Like everything we touch is plastic. It's all petroleum, everything. I only buy eggs from my daughter and stepson. I'm going to have eggs soon. I can't wait. Is Jude okay? Okay, gotcha. Okay. Y'all continue to pray for Smiley's mom. She is still not very good right now because they're the detectives involved in the arrest. Okay. use duck eggs to eat? You eat the duck eggs? I'm sure it is probably is Justin. He's really into healthy eating. The farmers market is incredible. Yes, if you can support your farmers market or any local business, I recommend it for sure. She get to fly out? I don't think so. I mean, she didn't say, so I don't know. Oops, I think someone just messaged me. Said that they. All right. Oh wow, that's interesting. Bear with me, guys. Shows you how to blur an area. 1 second. Oh, okay, got you. Okay. She posted she was on standby. Her mom's not good. Oh, where did the RV go? I would like to know that myself. I think it's really convenient as well that, they just work for a damn RV place, right? He's petitioning for farmers to remove pesticides. Dana, I think that would be a great thing. However, there is so many chemical lobbyists out there. I don't want to name names because I will probably get my channel taken down if I did. But look up seed companies, starts with a M, ends with Onsando, Sando. Look it up. I bought an organic turkey for Thanksgiving last year. It was so delicious, says Lisa. Aren't you just cute? Oh my God. I tried emu eggs when I was about 8, I think. You know what I'm scared of? 2 things I'm scared of. I am terrified of turkeys. Terrified of turkeys. When I was a kid, you guys know I'm a farm boy. Just wears a little makeup. I grew up on a farm. And beach. And my grandfather had a gobbler, like a male turkey. And I was probably 4 years old. I still remember it. And that turkey attacked me. You know about it. They got spurs on the back of their legs like that. And I have a scar on my face. I forget which. I think it's right here. It's right here. I think it's right there. From it. Still terrified of it. Next time I'm in my car, you'll be like the sunlight's on me. you'll be able to see it. I am terrified. My grandfather got the turkey by its neck, and we lived like up on a hill, and he threw it over the hill, and it landed in the road, and he thought it was dead, but it popped back up. Why did it attack me? Because it was a turkey. I don't know. Yeah, me too, Dana. Me too. I think more politicians need to talk about it. Um, yeah, all birds are attracted to shiny things. That turkey flew over the neighborhood fence to come attack us. Yes. Geese can be mean. Yes. I'm also it's not I'm scared of it, but I have a phobia. I think I've talked about this before. First of all, do any of you have phobias? If you do and you're comfortable sharing it, please share it. Hold on, I need to take a drink. My day. 1 second. I used to tease my grandparents' turkeys when I was young. Oh my God. I run for the border. Gators. Oh my God. Everyone's scared of gators, right? Okay. How do you pronounce this? Let me see here. I'll tell you. Okay. This is my phobia. Yeah, we're going to be like, what? You don't care for bugs? I am terrified of heights as well. I'm terrified of like mice and rats and snakes. Heights, mice, rats, snakes. Spiders don't bother me a bit. But this is my phobia. And it is the fear of cotton balls. I can't stand cotton balls at all. Huh? Karen says, I hate cotton balls. I'm afraid of fat dudes with mullets. Let me get off here. Hold on. Sorry, St. Jude or Hey Jude. Oh, get off then. I'm fat boy with a mullet, I guess. Oh, well, just saying. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I think I've mentioned it before. How about cotton rounds? I'm getting chills thinking about it. Ugh. I hate popsicle sticks. When you're done with the popsicle stick or the ice cream bar. Another thing I can't stand, probably as equally as cotton balls, is powder between my hands. I wasn't attacked by a cotton ball, no. Q-tips do not bother me. Car washes. I can't do cotton balls. My dentist, they know. Oh God, I just got a vision. Oh, Ooh, I look like a chicken skin right now. Um, I don't like the texture. Mm-mm. Yeah, Joy Jones. I don't like any type of powder between my hands. Like I've always got to have like lotioned up hands. I've always got to have like non-dry hands. I'm terrified of lightning too, just Jen. Lightning scares me. Not the storm, but the lightning. Um, working in flour and dough, yeah. Cannot stand cotton balls. Joy Jones, a lot of people hate that word too. That's a phobia of theirs, I think, as well. Clowns. Addie, I've heard a lot of people say they're scared of clowns. Fear fire. That's a scary one too. Yeah. Yeah. But I can't stand like dry hands. I can't stand dry lips. Um Anything like that. The rubbery chicken, those things are annoying as hell. Those are annoying as hell. Rock a mullet. Can you I mean, I would literally look like Joe Exotic with my leopard shirt on. If I had my leopard shirt on, I would look like Joe Exotic. Nails on a chalkboard. See, I can't the chalk. I'm not sure about that. I don't think so. Pumpkin in the courtroom. Yeah. Same dry hands and lips. Can't do it. It's like that dry, chalky texture. I can't do it. Really only claustrophobic, but I'm really only claustrophobic, but I'm really claustrophobic. Um, we went in this field trip when my kids were little, and we went underground. No, a Joe Exotic for Halloween. I might. We'll see. Nothing chalky as well. Yeah. Yeah, microfibers bad if your hands are dry. Like they're not like if it snags your skin or something like that. Shut up. Ugh. Um, but we went in underground. It was an old, I'm in Appalachia, so it was an underground retired uh coal mining thing, and you went through like the little carts and stuff, and it was really low. And do you consider yourself high maintenance? Probably, yeah. It depends on, on some things I'm not very high maintenance at all, right? Like, I mean, I'm not high maintenance in the fact that I'm talking two stories right now. I'm not high maintenance in the fact that like I like to get outside and get dirty and work in the garden and all of that stuff. I love to mow grass. Um, but like Dolly Parton says, I'm a country girl, but that don't mean I can't go to town. Okay. Uh, but when we went underneath in that mine shaft, I realized I was a little claustrophobic myself. So we're under there and I'm with my kids and they're fine. All the kids are fine. And, you know, it's field trip. And I'm just thinking, play it cool. Don't think about it, Justin. Don't think about it. Right. So I didn't think about it and I got through it. But it felt like the air was it was thinner. You could feel it was thinner down there. Elisa, I was terrified of flying until I'm terrified of heights. Heights and like cotton-y stuff are the two worst for me. And I was terrified of flying. And my grandmother, who was living in my other grandmother, my French grandmother, she was living in another state at the time. And she got very bad very quickly. And it was, you're getting on a plane or you're not going to see her again. And so I got on a plane. And I'm so glad I did. I'll tell you another thing I won't do. You're not going to see me at an amusement park ever, riding rides or anything like that. I might go there and watch you, but I'm not going to ever be riding a damn ride. Just tell you that right now. But I flew, and since then, I have literally flown all over the world, and it doesn't bother me at all. At all. Like, I would rather fly any day of the week than drive, because you realize flying is much safer than driving. And it's a hell of a lot faster. Let me tell you something. The older I get, the more I love to be at home. Oh, thank you, Lolo. Love you too. I've been on cruises. If you ever go cruise on any cruises, I recommend Norwegian Cruise Line. They got what they call freestyle cruising. You don't have to sit with anyone that you don't want to sit with. They don't herd you in like cattle. You can eat at any time, throughout, you know. And but cruising, it's a good experience, and I think everyone should do it. Drew, thank you, my dear. Appreciate you so very much. Thank you, my dear. Your tooth got broke. You fixed it. We got it glued. There we go. Don't ever go carnival. You wouldn't. You couldn't. You could not give me a carnival cruise. You could not give me a carnival cruise. Yeah, Miss Cute. Marla, thank you, my love. Welcome to the tea party. Appreciate ya. Just got my notification on this live. I'm afraid of a lot of things. I wasn't scared when I was younger. Yeah, the older you get, I think the more cautious we become. But also I think we should become kind of, I don't like anything to hold me back. You know what I mean? Like, I try not to let anything have that control over me. um that fear of whatever, um so like flying and stuff, I think you should. I hate sky lifts. Do you mean, when you say sky lifts, do you mean like elevators or like with the big windows? Pamela, thank you, my dear. Me too. Me too. I can do those. Uh, it's not it's not a cotton. It actually has a like a it's not cotton. It's like spandexy or something. You won't ever go to a movie theater again after the whack job at the theater there in Colorado. I know, but if we don't, they win. They win. I had a cousin who would not take an elevator as a kid. Um, I think I was in Toronto. I think it was Toronto. I've been so many places. And there is the Sky Tower. I think that's what it's called. Do we have any Toronto people in here? And there's up there, you go all the way up, the CN Tower. There we go. That's it. That's it. Thank you. You go all the way up there and it rotates. It's a rotating restaurant. You go really, really slowly. Yes, that's it. Yeah, the CN Tower, Canadian cookie. And there's another floor, like you can go up, and it has a glass floor, and you are way fucking up. And I will not get on that glass floor. I'm like, nope, not doing it. Not doing it. But but you go up there and the middle of it is like the restaurant, and then you get on this thing, and then your table moves all the way around really, really slowly, and you get the view of the entire city. I've ate at one in they have one in San Antonio, and I've ate at the one in Seattle. I'm trying to remember if Vancouver has one. But they're really nice. Addie, was that in I know exactly what you're talking about. Addie. I have family in Honolulu, and that's where two of my three kids were born. So I was in Honolulu for several months, several years ago. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Lighthouses freak you out? Never heard of such a thing. That's interesting. Why do they freak you out? You don't like glass floors? I don't either. Miss Curvy. Hello, my precious poodle. You don't have to be in the bushes. Trim your bush. Come on, get out. I could never live in a high rise, too scared of heights. It depends. It depends. Seattle has theirs. It's the Space Needle. Yes. I thought not being cleared, one had to get permission to leave state. PF could use fake IDs to fly or anything. I'm waiting for more info. Afraid PF leave far away. You dislike escalators? Mm. The I don't like that. Like going up to the sky lifts and stuff. If they have a glass door, I don't like to. And they go really fast because it's a long ass way up there. Yes, yes, they have one at Niagara. I've ate at the one at Niagara as well. Um, the one at Niagara, I was 21 years old, and it was my birthday. On my 21st birthday, I was there, and I think Canada's drinking age is younger, but I went there and I celebrated my birthday, and I got wine in the restaurant at Niagara, the rotating restaurant on the Canadian side. And I got a bottle of Riesling something. I can't remember what it was. 21, looking hot as usual, bunny. You're so cute, Miss Kirby. My sister will never use an elevator. She will take the stairs. What you been doing, Miss Kirby? Hey, True Sleuth. The Sears Tower was renamed. You know something? I love New York City. Like, I like to go for a few days and just see the town in Manhattan. Love the food. You can get any food at any hour. Right. Love to see a show. Just love being, love seeing the rats in the subway and all of that, just the graffiti everywhere. Just love it. Love it all. And the last time I went to what's the damn building? What's the Yeah, they're horrible. They're horrible. I hate rats. I told you that. Unfortunately, Chicago is like New York now. It makes me so sad. What's the tall building? I can't think of it. Is it the Sears? It's Chrysler. No, Empire State Building. Sorry, Empire State Building. I wanted to go up to the top of it. Well, I didn't. My husband did. And to go up to the top of the damn building was like $150. I'm like, to go to a top of a building just to look down. And trust me, I wouldn't have been looking down anyways. Let me see how much it is now. How much are tickets for top of Empire State Building? Oh, it's $79, it says. For 86th floor and 102nd deck. Well, look, I can look at it from here. I'm not paying $79 to go on top of a building. I'm sorry. And it's, oh, I guess it's like a deck. Okay. I can't remember. Adult 79, children 73, senior 77. Um okay, so you're right there. Where that is, next to the needle. I mean, that's pretty high. Okay, this is what it was. ESB All Access Tour. CESB The Way the Stars Do. Take an exclusive guide tour starting with a champagne toast in the closed door celebrity green room. A $5 booking fee will be charged at each transaction. Premium experience is $175. Discover even more of the Empire State Building. Enjoy a guided 90-minute tour that includes the building's lovely restored Art Deco lobby on the 5th floor, the celebrity walk, and exhibits. Keep it. Yes, the Empire State Building. Palmetto bugs. Aren't those just a fancy road for saying roaches? Or LA high building the sway for earthquake built. The highest I think I've been was in a ball restaurant, in the ball restaurant in Dallas, Texas. I've never been there. I mean, I've been to Dallas, but I haven't been to the ball. So yeah. Climbed the Sydney Harbor Bridge. That was scary. No thanks. Flying roaches. You're okay, Miss Kirby. You just Uber away, darling. Uber away. Over the London Bridge. Over the London Bridge. Like Miss Fergie says, how come every time you come around my London Bridge, want to go down like Lundy, Lundy, Lundy? That's the way she sings it. She was with Black Eyed Peas. You don't even hear about her anymore. Fergie. I liked her. I've been in high rises. I've just never looked out the windows. London Bridge. I'll have to. I need to get out some of my pictures of me in London back in the day. I've got pictures on the London Bridge. I probably got video of me singing. Well, I don't think it was on the London. I think it's. Could you walk the London Bridge, or you was on the side of it? I can't remember, but I've got me singing, at least beside the London Bridge. Yes, they do. Pamela Picks. Yes, that's called New River Gorge Bridge Day, something like that. Tower Bridge, gotcha. The highest I've been is on top of a monument of the Battle of Waterloo. Oh, goodness, darling. In Houston, they are everywhere, and lizards are common indoors too. London is beautiful. It's so freaking expensive. So freaking expensive. But my sister in law, her husband lives in London. He is a police officer in London. And he travels from Glasgow to London. I think he has to go into work like 2 or 3 days a week in London. And then the other days a week, he's in Scotland. Highbridge, yeah. You mean a Bobby? SL, thank you so much for gifting 5 more teacups. Really appreciate you, my dear. Oh, Pamela, did I say thank you earlier? Thank you. If I didn't, honey, I apologize. And Marla, I think I said thank you, but thank you again as well, my dear. So if he works in London in the courts, I may know him because I work along the. Really? I work for an agency, Metropolitan Police. It is so different, Miss Kirby. The police in the UK versus the police here. So different. Hey, True Seeker, good to see you. Justin Cocoa Butter Lotion is the best for hands. Very good. Yes, please smash the like buttons. Thank you, Marla. Appreciate you. All right, guys, I'm off to school pickup. I will be live at 6:30 this evening. Make sure you join me if you are awake. When I lived in Florida and Chicago, my late husband's cousin is an officer in Florida, and I was shocked at it's totally different. Yeah, I speak to him and he's like, I'm like, you don't carry a pew pew? No. Okay. All right, guys. Love you all. Appreciate you. I'll see you guys later this evening, 6:30, maybe a bit earlier. Just depends if I get my work done. Eastern Standard Time. No taser. Yep. Yep. Thank you, guidance. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, mods, members, and everyone. Really appreciate you. Thank you all, chat, for chiming in. Lots we talked about. All right, guys. Love you. I'll see you guys later this evening. We have tasers and spray. Yep. Yep. You're the best, Bogey. Thank you, Canadian. Dina, Pink Warrior, Miss Kirby, everyone. Thank you. Love you guys. Bye bye.